So the name of our ensemble, Jagdhornverein, Twin Cities. That means Hunting Horn Society. We started this, interest in this started maybe 2023, 2024. I saw a YouTube performance of a group in Austria that I was just blown away by their quality on these instruments. I've really never seen these instruments before. And I was like, I gotta have that. So I went around, started looking, trying to find horns, because this is very much a European instrument. They're just, the tradition that led to these instruments existing doesn't exist in the United States. So I finally found a horn in the Netherlands, had it shipped over here. Those of you that attended the last time we had this fundraiser in the spring of 24, I played some solos on that. And then it came to pass that another manufacturer in Germany started producing a very economical instrument with one extremely important feature, which is that the bell can come off, which means it's a heck of a lot easier to ship, as well as carry around and store. So that's all these fine people here decided that this was worth their time and their money, and they went out and bought these instruments, and here we are. So
it's all his fault.
I take full responsibility. So the repertoire is all coming mainly from Germanic traditions, Austria, Germany, Bohemia, absolutely. I don't know if we're playing much Bohemian specifically music, but definitely that region is important. So this next piece actually comes from a collection called the Austrian Hunting Music, and it's about 50 pieces, all named after different individuals in the aristocracy in the latter half of the 19th century. Whether these actually are original tunes that were played for those persons, we don't actually know this, but it's fun to think about. This one we're going to do here is for Wilhelm, Prince of Prussia, and you may hear somewhat familiar melody in it as we go. So, one of the disadvantages of these instruments in the repertoire is that the majority of the pieces have a tendency to sound like fanfare. And we wanted to try to get something that was contrasting to that, and this piece that we're going to play next is one of those. It also happens to be a little bit of an audience participation piece. Hunting horns, you also think the Alps, and if you think the Alps, you think cowbells. So, I have a few items here. I would like these all back when we're done. So, this piece is called the Wertachtaler, or the Wertach Valley. The Wertach is a river that originates in the Alps, flows northwards into Germany, and Wertach is a little village situated right at the foothills. And pictures of this are very scenic, green, tidy little houses, and certainly cattle. So, remember they're not stampeding cattle, okay, so please don't pretend you're at the marathon. Very gentle, just, you know, cows rolling about on the field. I will cue you when you should start to make some cow-type sounds, and hopefully it'll be very pastoral. onto those and leave them on the tables, that would be great. I'll collect them when we are done. All right, so I mentioned most of this music is of European origin. This next tune, I believe, may possibly be the first American folk song to be arranged for par-force horn. I don't know if history will prove that out or not, but we'll see. I'm sure you'll be able to recognize it as we get into it. So, for the most part, these instruments play in the key of E flat. However, there is also a body of literature for horns in B flat. And you will notice that while there's nothing here, there is one little valve down here. And this enables us to go from E flat into B flat. This next tune is entirely for horn in B flat. The B flat horn, there's fewer notes available to us, so it's a little bit less opportunity for melody, perhaps. The title of this piece is Hasenjagd, or Rabbit Hunt, and I think you may be able to hear those bunnies leaping and jumping and trying to avoid an untimely demise. Hasenjagd. So, not all of this music is old. There is still music being written for it today. This piece is not only comparatively recent, as opposed to historical, it also is very much in a more contemporary style, or at least the best that can be managed with a group of instruments like this. So, a little change of flavor here. The title is Alpen-Ragtime. Favorites. I think we all enjoy playing it. This comes from France, or at least a French composer. It's called La Mort de Roland, or The Death of Roland. Some of you may know, the medieval scholars among you, the Chanson de Roland is a very famous epic French poem about Roland, one of Charlemagne's most powerful knights. And in a nutshell, this particular piece depicts Roland's final battle. The Frankish army had gone to Spain to try and repel the Moors. They were on their way back. They were passing through this very narrow, rocky passage, and they were ambushed from behind. Roland happened to be at the rear. Charlemagne was at the front. Roland, who carried a mighty hunting horn, blew as loudly as he could, so loud his temples bled. And Charlemagne heard that in the distance and understood that it was a call, and they turned the army around, came back. They repelled the Moors, but unfortunately Roland succumbed to his wounds and died. So you will hear at least some of that in this music we're about to play next. This next piece is again representative of a subgenre of music played by these instruments. If you're a musician, you've probably heard the phrase bell tones. especially when it comes to brass instruments. This piece is called glocken, or bells, and so we are essentially seeking to imitate the sound of church bells ringing. So that's the effect that we're going for. Hopefully that's what you hear. There'll be a little bit of a melodic thing in the middle, but then the bells will just fade away. Tunes to play for you. If you're here for the second tune, you also noticed that besides these big horns, we get to play these little horns. This is actually technically, from an organological standpoint, this is not a horn, this is a bugle. It originated in the Prussian army at some point, and you got to figure that some of the soldiers who were responsible for these signaling duties took them home when they got discharged. And it just so happens these are in B flat, and as I mentioned, these can be in B flat. Just works out. So again, still a living tradition. You will see videos of contemporary hunters in Europe playing these horns with their tape, bounty, with their bounty laid out in front of them. So this piece, the title is Aufbruch der Jagd. Which technically means the beginning of the hunt. We've adapted it to make it more of the end of the hunt, to play a little bit more quietly. I'm going to see if there's enough light back here somewhere. So that brings us to the end of our program with one last piece. Thank you so much for coming outside to hear us. Thank you even more for being here in the first place to support the St. Paul Civic Symphony. Enjoy the food, enjoy the drink, bid on the items inside, and we hope to see you at one of our upcoming concerts in the future. So this last tune is called Jägers Wanderliedchen, or the Hunter's Hiking Song.
On the back side, there's